What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. The NFL posted their 2010's All-Decade team, and 3 Falcons made the team. Julio Jones, Alex Mack, and Devin Hester. Congratulations to all of them for making the team. However, I do think the NFL forgot one Falcon, and that would be Matt Ryan. In this video, we're going to go over why I think he should have made the team starting right now. Now, look, not that I really care about what the NFL posts nowadays. We all know that whoever works at NFL Network or NFL whatever, they do not know what they're talking about. They actually forgot to put Drew Brees on the All-Decade team, and I don't think anyone's complaining about that because now the Saints fans will probably be back at it again for signing a petition, this time to put Drew Brees on the team, and the petition will not work as usual. But I do just want to point out to the NFL that they definitely need to do a better job at knowing their facts. Matt Ryan should have made the team. And if this team is seriously about statistics, let me just show you Matt Ryan's numbers, and then we'll talk about some other accomplishments he's made. Matt Ryan, throughout the 2010s, has had 44,830 passing yards, 283 touchdowns, and 122 interceptions. Yeah, that's more passing yards than both Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. And his touchdown ratio is really not that far away from being even with Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, with Tom Brady throwing 316 touchdowns and Aaron Rodgers throwing 305 touchdowns. The interception ratio could have been a little lower, I'll admit it, but let's not ignore how close Matt Ryan's touchdown ratio is to being even with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. And oh yeah, he has more passing yards than both of them. But it's not just those stats. Let's talk about his time during the 2010s. Matt Ryan won League MVP in 2016. Matt Ryan officially made the top 10 all-time passing yards list in 2019. Matt Ryan only missed one game during the 2010s. Oh, here's a good one. According to ESPN, Aaron Rodgers' Super Bowl team in 2010, his defense was ranked in the top 5. Tom Brady's 2014 Super Bowl defense was ranked in the top 13. His Super Bowl defense in 2016 was ranked in the top 8. The only exception for him was in 2018, where his Super Bowl defense was ranked in the top 21, but I guess when Matt Ryan's 2016 Super Bowl defense was ranked in the top 25, nope, Matt Ryan had lots of help defensively to reach the Super Bowl, huh? Did I forget to mention that Tom Brady played with Hall of Fame coach Bill Belichick, Aaron Rodgers with possible Hall of Fame coach Mike McCarthy, and Matt Ryan with just Dan Quinn and Mike Smith? You just gotta face it, Matt Ryan is one of the best to ever do it and definitely should have made the 2010s All-Decade team. The reason he isn't getting much attention is because he doesn't have a Super Bowl ring. And there's all the 28-3 jokes because that's all the haters can say. But I do believe Matt Ryan deserves some respect from the world. And if I missed anything, put it down in the comments. The world needs to know Matt Ryan is one of the best to play and should be on the team. But those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now it's time to get to your mailbag questions. If I missed any, I do apologize. And I do want to throw out a quick request, I guess. If you have any mailbag questions for me, I would like for them to be put on my YouTube community tab or my Twitter post where I ask if you have any mailbag questions, put them here. I like to keep things organized and have every question right in front of me instead of having to scroll through the comments of one of the YouTube videos I make, and I just so happen to run into a mailbag question in there. You know, I want all the questions to be right in front of me instead of just kind of finding a random one in the comment section. So if you have any mailbag questions, I just kindly ask if you could put it in the community tab or the Twitter post. But anyway, let's get to your mailbag questions, and we have 3 that basically ask if Todd Gurley is going to be good this year and if he'll help us lead us to the playoffs. Well, I think it's safe to say if a running back reaches 1,000 rushing yards, more than likely your team is going to make the playoffs. No, running the ball is not as effective as it was, in the 1980s, but you still have to know how to run the ball. The Falcons do not know how to do that, and, Todd Gurley, sure, he has a arthritis injury bothering him. Dirk Cutter has never really been a good offensive coordinator when it comes to the run game, so this is all scary, and I am trying to calm down the hype a little bit. It's like, okay, hold on. I love me some Todd Gurley. He's amazing. But, let's not automatically think this is going to work. We still have to worry about that injury he has and then Dirk Cutter. But I do believe it's more than likely that Todd Gurley will have a successful season in Atlanta. So I do think Todd Gurley will be good here. But will he lead us to the playoffs? I think he's going to have the whole offense and defense work. He's not just going to lead us there, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. Then we have two questions that basically ask if the Falcons will be better than they were last year. I mean, you gotta think they will be better than they were last year. They definitely made improvements. They grabbed Todd Gurley, Dante Fowler, Hayden Hurst. They let go of players that we knew their time was up, like Devontae Freeman, Vic Beasley. The only player I wasn't really sure was Desmond Trufant, but I guess you just gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, we definitely can be better than we were last year. Will we be a playoff team this year? I don't exactly know. As of right now, I don't think we will, but I definitely am feeling a little more optimistic in it than I was before. Then we have two questions that basically ask who will step up this season, and Jack B 1872 thinks it'll be Tack McKinley. A player that I believe is ready to break out is Dante Fowler Jr. And yeah, I know he broke out last year, but that was really his only breakout year, to be honest with you. Like the other NFL years, he was really just kind of but I believe he could be in for a very good year. He's not only a good pass rusher, in my opinion, but he's playing for a coach that he really wants to play for. And if you have a player that wants to be on the team and he wants to prove something, you can just be pretty confident that he is going to do some great things for us. So I think Dante Fowler is in for a breakout year. We have two questions that ask when the new uniforms are coming in. I heard it'll be April 14th. That's what I heard. It might be April 14th. That's all I know. I'm not sure if that's confirmed, but it could be April 14th. Ghost Peppers ask, question 1, do you think that Gary Kubiak would have been the perfect offensive coordinator for Matt Ryan? Anything is better than Dirk Cutter at this point, man. But, yeah, I guess, Gary Kubiak did win a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. So I guess if you can win a Super Bowl just in general, I guess that can be considered a good offensive coordinator. Imagine what he can do with Matt Ryan, though. Matt Ryan could work with Steve Sarkisian for a while. He could work with Kyle Shanahan, and wow, we saw a Super Bowl run there. Just whoever Matt Ryan works with, it seems like it works out. So I would say Gary Kubiak could have been a good offensive coordinator. I don't know if he would have been good right off the bat, though, because he does need to come out of retirement. Usually when players or coaches come out of retirement, they kind of are a little rusty at first. So I don't know if Gary Kubiak would have been great right away, but I do think if you just give him time, it would have worked out. And question 2, who do you think will be the hardest to replace in the draft and free agency, Claiborne, Trufant, or Campbell? Personally, I think Claiborne. He was an underrated part of our defensive rotation last year. I agree. Easiest to replace is Campbell. I wish him the best, but he became a liability last year, but did a solid job second half of the season. Trufant is a steady player at best. However, I'm intrigued by some of the young players. I think the Falcons will pick up a veteran cut after the draft to add depth to our thin secondary. To me, I think Trufant is the hardest because I feel like there's a lot of great pass rushers you can get in the draft, like Javon Kinlaw, AJ Epinesa. If you want to trade up and get Chase Young, you can do that. Heck, I might be low on Caleb on Chasen, but maybe he could work out in the NFL. But with corners, there's only so few. I mean, there's only C.J. Henderson and I don't know. There's just not that many corners. And the Falcons, as of late, are kind of struggling to find that number 2 corner. I don't know if Isaiah Oliver is ever going to be who we want him to be. Kendall Sheffield definitely needs more time. But now we need to find both a number 1 and 2 corner. Because Trufant is gone. So I personally think Trufant is the hardest to replace. But that's just me. Jackson Bates asked, do you think that trade up to draft Isaiah Simmons and move him to right outside linebacker to replace Devondre Campbell, is that a good idea? Rise up, this is our year. Personally, I would not go for a linebacker in the first round. There's some people that think the Falcons should. I don't think that's a good idea. Like, sure, Campbell is gone, but I mean, first off, we have Foye Oluokun. We could give him some time to develop. Heck, maybe even Edmund Robinson from the XFL could work out. And I think there's just some linebackers you could grab in the later rounds of the draft. So I don't think the Falcons should do that. I would focus on pass rush or corner. Mike Jentz asked, if Matt Ryan has a down year next year, do you think Atlanta should move or should trade or release him? By the way, love your videos. Thank you, man. I think if the Falcons are in rebuild mode, go ahead. Like, you don't really want to have a rebuilding team, but with like a veteran quarterback. Like, you need to have like a totally young, new roster that's just trying to get their feet wet into the NFL. So if we're rebuilding, sure, but if he does do bad, but we're not rebuilding for whatever reason, I would still give him one more shot, because Matt Ryan's kind of been our quarterback for a long time. I don't know. I would give Matt Ryan one more shot after that. But if we're rebuilding, yes. I have 2 questions that ask if the Falcons should move up to the 11th spot in the draft, and basically if they're going to get a pass rusher. I heard about that rumor, and I don't think that'd be the worst idea. What would you lose? I don't know, but I guess if they're pretty confident that Javon Kinlaw or just, I don't know, someone is that they're looking at is going to be taken before them, I guess why not? I wouldn't totally disagree with that move. I guess having the 11th pick in the draft is better than 16, so I guess I wouldn't mind it, but we'll just have to see what happens. Mr. CDXX for Life asked, rise up, as season ticket members who just made payments, do you think we are going to be available to roll over till next year? Asked because some in group thinking about not attending till 2021. Hopefully this all passes, man. I know this is really scary. I'm actually thinking about making a video just in general about what I'm doing during the coronavirus and the quarantine, and how I just kind of handle this all. Not sure when that video will be done. I don't know if it will be posted on this channel. It'll probably be posted on my personal account, and the link is in the description below. But hopefully all of this will pass, and we will be able to see some Falcons games. Raise Up ATL asked, when will you release your full NFL mock draft? I promise that's coming soon. That might be mid-April, like somewhere near the draft, I would say. Mid-April, I guess. Lauren Cribbs asked, should Atlanta, if they wanted another corner, get Lamar Jackson from Nebraska? Big fan, dog. I don't really think so. Like, he's fine, but I just think there's other corners you could grab. Hayden Hughes asked, if you were the GM, what moves would you make as of right now? Additional trades, pickups, or cuts? Also, if you could trade Ito Smith and tack for a late first-round pick, like the Chiefs or Ravens, would you do it? Absolutely, actually. I would definitely trade Ito Smith because, you know, he's just a running back. And then tack, I've had enough of tack. What would I trade them both for? I guess I would try and get at least like a top 10 pick, I guess. And I would try to get Javon Kinlaw or some pass rusher. I would get some pass rusher. But if I didn't have to trade them both, I honestly would kind of just stay put at 16. I don't really want to risk everything in the later rounds of the draft. Cassandra Hitchcock asks, do the Falcons need D-line help more than cornerback help? Yes, I think the Falcons need more pass rush. I've said it enough. Pass rush is very important in the NFL. If you have a good pass rush, it can help your secondary play well, and it just helps your defense in general play well. So, yeah, I think pass rush is more important. Lamont Waldron asks, Keanu Neal to linebacker. I guess that's not the worst idea. Like, we did release Devondre Campbell. We need a linebacker. Keanu Neal isn't really even the best at coverage. Like, he's fine, but he's definitely used more like a linebacker. So I guess that's not the worst idea. And then maybe you could draft both a corner and a safety in the draft. So I guess that's not a bad idea. But for right now, I would just put him at safety. Wild11 asks, do you think that defense can step up? I mean, surely it's got to do better than it was last year. I do firmly believe Dante Fowler will be a great piece. If Keanu Neal can stay healthy, that could work out as well. Because when Keanu Neal is healthy, the team usually does pretty well. But, or the defense, I guess I should say. And I do like Grady Jarrett. We just got to get a little more help at the secondary and even at pass rush, because I'm not high on Takk McKinley. So the defense can improve, but will they be like a top 10 unit? As of right now, I'm not counting on it. Nicholas Coton asks, would you trade Takk for a draft pick? Yep. Doesn't really matter what draft pick it is, I would trade Takk. But that's all I got for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you guys this Friday with a video at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. As always, rise up.